So here's the walkthrough for the A section of Jack's Alive. We're in the key of G major and we're in 6/8, so it's a jig rhythm. You're going to start on the G in the middle of your instrument. And we start with a little scale up, so you have a G and then a scale from a G up to a B. From there, you're going to go down to the A, and it's the same pattern, but starting on an A. So those two together. That gives you your opening phrase. And I'll play that once more, just slowly for you. From there, you're carrying on up the scale to the D. And we've got some what I call skips, so interval of a third, D to B, C to A, and B to G. So there's a little sequence down. And then a scale down from the F sharp to the D. And that gives you an answering phrase. So. So I would think of that as a scale up, and it's building up because it's going from the G's and up, and then the A's and up, and then skips down D to B, C to A, B to G, and then a scale comes down. So the whole thing has a shape of coming up and then going back down again. I'll play you that one more time. And from there you've got the same start. And almost the same answering phrase. You're just going to finish on a G. So the first answering phrase has a scale down, and the second answering phrase just stops on the G. And because we're in the key of G, that kind of makes it feel quite settled. So that is the whole A section. I'll play it for you just slowly. And that's your whole A section. So think about where there's scales, where there's skips, where there's repetition, and have a bit of fun with that. The B section of Jack's Alive is going to start on a G again, but a G on the top of your instrument, wherever that may be. Up there if you're on the fiddle. And it's a G natural because we're in the key of G. So here the A section started by climbing up. The B section is going to start by kind of coming down. So you've got a G down to an F sharp, down to an E. So I'm playing the G and then repeating it and going up a step, then back down and down again. That's going to be the first bit. I'll get you to try. From there, you're going to repeat the E and go up a scale to the A and all the way back down to a D. So it's going to go. So fast first. Hold the A. And when we put that together with the first bit, it sounds like this. And that's the first half of the B section. From there, we've got the same opening phrase as at the beginning of the B. But here, this is where the pattern changes. You're going to go up the scale straight away, and then down an arpeggio, A, F sharp, D, and finishing on a G. So that's where there's suddenly quite a lot of movement. We've been almost completely stepwise up until now. and suddenly you've got much faster movements and a little arpeggio. So I'm going to break that down just once more. So you have a scale up, then an arpeggio down, A, F sharp, D, and finish on a G. So. For fiddle players, I'd suggest trying to keep that third finger poised over the string. So you can just move it over. The temptation is to let the fingers fall back, and then you've got a long way to go and it's harder to be accurate. So keeping the fingers poised over. Imagine your the fingers are like little pistons and they just go up and down in place. So putting that in context, second half of the B section. So the structure of the A and the structure of the B are quite similar, that you have an answering phrase, a questioning phrase even, question phrase and answer phrase. Same question, slightly different answer. And then the B section is the same. You have the question phrase, an answer phrase, and then the question phrase again, and a slightly different answer. So I'll play the B section round for you, just so you can hear that structure. And sometimes I'm playing 2 Gs at the end, sometimes I'm playing 1. We'll talk about that a bit more in the variations video, but that gives you the whole of Jack's Alive to get your fingers round. Have fun.